Well, soon we're waiting for that bearing to come. Thought we'd get along and put some rings on these pistons. This is a bit of a sort of a disappointment now, because this was supposed to be the OEM rings, was the Schmidt Rheinmetall. Could be German, who knows. But when you look at the label, made in India. What can you do, eh? Everything's made overseas now. Oh, mind you, these engines are over 30 years old, so at least we can get somebody who has parts for them. So let's take them out and let's see what we've got. Instructions, we're not with them. So we've got 1, 2 and 3. There's number 3. This is one we're going to put on first. If it's got any markings, look very closely here. If it's got any markings, that usually goes to the top, not the back. Well, let's see if they fit. So we're just going to take the ring off first, this spring ring. Fit that on, because no doubt it'll open. I was going to say, just no doubt it'll open up. I'll put that one on. Now I'm going to use my modified pliers to open up the rings. Like I say, we're going to put the markings at the top. So what happens is you put your ring in like that, instead of using feeler gauges, and then they'll drop out. But instead of using like feeler gauges and all sorts of bits and pieces, we can put them like this. Now there's obviously a gap here where there's a spring. We're going to put this opposite. Open it up. Now this is where it gets tricky, because you've got to encase. That's the story. We've got to encase the outer ring round that spring. It's actually hollow in the inside, flat, undercut. So what's this one? This is number 2. There we go. That's number 2. And this is number 3. Again, markings to the top. It actually has got marked top on that one. How easy was that? Then we're going to take them out and do all of them at the same time. And we're going to compress the rings and put them in the engine. So let me get on with that. Well, I'm still waiting for that bearing to come. So I thought I'll just spend a bit of time wasting to have a look at the balance of the rods and the pistons. Because I made this little gizmo a few years ago, and they're all the pistons are 1,255 grams, spot on. I'm not going to even touch them. Now this time, instead of just weighing the pistons and the pins and the rings individually, I thought that was a waste of time. I'll just put the whole assembly with the rings on, the pin through, put them on the scales. They're all equal. All pistons are created equal. So the next thing I thought I'd do is have a look at the rods. And we made this little tool a little while ago. Of course the scale keeps setting itself to 0, and it's just a really simple design, nothing flash, but it is extremely sensitive to get it absolutely right, because I might have to modify this a little bit, because it does change, so you have to keep doing it over and over again. And I just wanted to show you that as an example. If we zoom down here, if you can see the scale, I'm not sure if you can see the scale for the light. With it set up like that, tap it a couple of times, 368. If we were to move this out a little bit, 375, 374. So it really is, you needed sort of a datum to work off, 382. So, but I found out that this end here was kind of heavy, so I just took a bit of flashing off, you know, the where it's been stamped. Just took a bit of flashing off, and that's got them all within a couple of grams. Why within a couple of grams? It's a diesel engine, it's not going to rev up to 10,000 RPM. But just to show you, if you can see the scale, I hope you can, that's at 380. If I put the pen cap on here, that's 383. So you all know what a Sharpie pen cap is, that's 3 grams. So it's not much. So anyway, that's that. Fairly happy with that. I just wanted to check it just to make sure. Now I can put the rods on the pistons and then fit the pistons to the block. I'll do that this afternoon while I'm still waiting. But they have to be done at some point. But I'm pleased they're all sort of very much of a muchness, so that's good.